I was born and raised in Marin County, California, which is right across from the Golden Gate Bridge. And Marin actually is, or has the most protected lands out of all the counties in the United States. And I think that that is because the people there really fought to keep those lands protected, and like the people that live there really place a lot of value in having open land spaces. And growing up, like having places to go that were completely open and like very little man-made infrastructure in the way, it was so freeing and provided me a lot of like inner peace to just go somewhere and look at just oceans and mountains that were like completely protected lands. It provided me like an escape from like the noise and stress of life. Like I think growing up in a place like that really shaped my relationship with nature in a way that I probably wouldn't have the same appreciation and value for nature that I do. I would always go to Mount Tamalpais State Park and the Marin Headlands, and it was kind of like something that I always saw as like a peaceful meditation thing. Like, okay, so once I got like my license and got my car was when I really started to like explore the open spaces of Marin. Going up to sunrise and sunset became kind of a habitual thing that I would do, and a necessary thing for me to clear my headspace. And I always wanted to be able to capture exactly how like those sunrise and sunsets made me feel. But I would bring my camera up there, but even then it was still kind of hard to capture like the true essence. And that's when I started to make collages with my landscape photography from all the sunrise and sunsets that I did, and I would layer the different landscapes to create kind of like a fantasy out of different layers of my own reality. And for me, that was how I expressed how those places made me feel. And editing my photos into collages and everything was kind of my way of showing my appreciation for nature and how it made me, and what kind of like escape it gave me. It kind of gave me an escape to a different, like a fantasy world. Although Marin has an abundance of landscapes that like mountains, hills, oceans, I still wanted to kind of grow my artwork into other nature landscapes. And so my family actually keeps National Geographics from like the 70s and the 60s and the 50s in our garages, and I started to look through them, and there were all these really cool images of landscapes from around the world. And so I started to like cut pictures out of those National Geographics and actually scan them and put them into Photoshop and make collages through that way. So I was taking the same skills that I developed through my own photography of my own home and that collage work into collage work that is like from all around the world, from all these magazines that I found. Although being away from Marin has been hard just because I don't have a car and I don't really have access to like long drives and going up to high viewpoints to see sunrises and sunsets as frequently, it's still nice just to be around people that share that same appreciation of nature in Colorado. Having a relationship with nature was such a big part of my life growing up, so moving to Colorado has been an easy transition just because I feel like I find people with a similar relationship.